Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of This My Movie Podcast. I'm your host, Perry. With me, virtually this week, it's the Whiskey Mutant himself. You know him. You love him. It's Eric.
Virtual insanity now. Always you now. You remember that song?
I don't. Am I seeing the...
Jamiroquai.
Okay, now I remember that you said Jamiroquai.
Virtual insanity now. Now what? Sorry.
Am I seeing the... Are those a couple of the new McDonald's Happy Meal toys?
Heck yeah, dude. Cactus Flea Market meals.
Can I check them out?
Yeah. You want to see Cactus Boy?
Yeah. Toss them my way.
Got it?
Yeah, dude. That's sick.
You like that?
Yeah.
Here, you want to see Hamburglar?
Oh, you got Hamburglar too? Yeah, pass him my way.
Look at him. Here you
go.
go.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, man. Dude. That's so cool.
Yeah, dude. Keep it over there. I'll get them later. You can play with them.
Okay, that's fine. I can't guarantee that Eden won't have them at some point.
They're allocated toys, so you better not let her take them. Don't let her mess my toys up. Don't let her mess my toys up, bro.
I'll be careful. I'm sorry. I guess that's a good way for us to wrap up the fact that we've been talking about McDonald's for about 5 straight weeks on this podcast.
And we've yet to be sponsored.
We're never going to get sponsored by it. You think they want to sponsor a bourbon podcast?
What? I mean, they do everything else. What if they did a Happy Meal where they let us put a little sample in it? It was adult Happy Meal.
Oh, it's one of our barrel picks too.
We did a pick with McDonald's.
Oh my gosh. We call this the McGriddle with cheese.
Dude, you should really, though, the Cactus Flea Market, the collaboration they're doing.
Yeah.
You should see the Nike collabs they've done. The wildest shoes ever. One of them looks like freaking a piece of trash. It looks like Oscar the Grouch is a shoe. Cactus Flea Market Nike shoes. They're out of control.
That is grody, dude.
They're going for $3,000 too on secondary.
I'm gonna have to put a picture. I've definitely put a picture up on the video.
Check
version.
it out. Look at the green on that thing.
Whoa, my gosh. That is just disgusting. Anyway,
I love it. Not the shoe, but I just love what they're doing.
Yeah, it's cool that they did
doing something different.
Yeah, be different, be unique, be
different. Keep shit fun.
Be radical. And you know what else is radical? How you can follow us on social media and check out all the stuff that we do by heading over to @MyBourbonPod or @WhiskeyMutant. You can also support us on Patreon. It's patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast for as little as $1 a month. $5 a month, though, gets you a bunch of bonus content. All the links for all this stuff, they're also in the description of the video, of the audio, the whole thing, the whole 9 yards, and then some. And then some. That's called it. Just the
tip.
Yeah. Your fourth in inches.
It's more than dip. A little bit more.
Uh-huh. Anyway, so we normally start episodes out with a segment called Flying Blind, where one of us blinds the other with a pour, and Eric has blinded me with something this week.
I have. I haven't had this in a while. I reached back in the back. I'm usually bringing in stuff that I've got that's new and all this, but this is something I reached back in the shelf, saw this, and I was like, we need to revisit this, and I need to see what Perry thinks.
It smells like cookies and cream.
Yeah, the Hershey bar one.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Not like the ice cream necessarily,
No, it's like a candy bar.
Candy bar, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little bit of clove on it too. There's some greenery in there as well. I told you, man, I needed to be sick for a couple of days so my palate could reset. And
palate.
It is fresh as heck right now.
Brother's got a fresh palate.
Oh.
Isn't that so good?
Oh, that finish is so nice.
Yeah.
It goes real graham crackery.
I wish
on the finish
that this bottle wasn't almost empty. I wish it wasn't almost empty so bad, especially going back to it now. This is better than it's ever been, I think.
So it's almost empty, and you can't get it anymore?
Mm-mm. It is a batch, an earlier batch of something that there's no way I can get this unless I've really seeked it out. And that I don't even know if somebody would have one. And when I tell you what it is, it's going to show you the difference in the newer stuff and then the original.
I say go for it because I have no idea what this is going to be.
Okay, this is Bardstown Bourbon Company Fusion.
Oh.
This is one.
Yeah.
This has 40% Kentucky 11 years, 7 months.
Mm-hmm.
18% Bardstown Bourbon Company 2 years, 3 months. And 42% Bardstown Bourbon Company 2 years, 1 month. It's got 2 rye bourbons and a wheated one in it. But it's got that 11 year in it.
Yeah. What's the mash bill on the 11 year?
74, 18, 8.
That's not turkey, is it? No, it's not, because turkey's like...
No, I think it's...
Are they 12%?
I don't remember. Is it Barton?
Yeah, maybe.
12, 18, 8. Dude, this thing...
Yep, there we go.
I was like, I haven't had that in so long. I have one of the newer fusions or something, and like it's just crazy.
Yeah.
That older stuff in it just makes it like a different thing. I have Discovery 1 as well still.
I think those first 2 releases, I mean, yes, we are saying this right now. Oh, did Harold follow you home from last?
No, that was Gary than that.
Okay.
I'll punch him too. Fucking Gary.
I got to be honest with you. I haven't seen Harold in a while, so.
Probably wounded him. He's probably in the infirmary.
Gary might be our new studio pet. Anyway, those first couple of releases of Fusion and Discovery were just magical, man. I mean, what a great way for a new company to show up and show out, and just be present and show people that they can do something really good and something that people haven't really seen before either. I don't think it's not to say that like every release since then has been bad, because that's not the case at all. It's just that I have such a fondness for those first few releases.
Blew the doors down.
They really did.
Yeah,
they really, really did. And I just, I'm with you. I miss them quite a bit for sure. But regardless, thanks for sharing some of that with me.
Yeah, dude. We'll eventually finish it off together. Let's see if there's only
someday. Not that day is not yet.
It's still got a little life left in it. It's got a little bit of life left.
Yeah, we'd be setting ourselves up for failure and potentially divorce if we.
Not, we would be together.
Yeah, we'd be living in the same studio apartment.
Picking up each other's clothes on the lawn. That's a thing that they do these days.
Hey, brother, Lucy's going to put a box out for me. Can you go get it? She doesn't want to see me.
April threw a bag out there. She burnt my shoes. I don't even get to have my shoes anymore. Broken bourbon bottles and shoes everywhere, just set on fire in the front yard.
She said she'd let me keep my guitars, but if anything were ever to happen, she'd pour all the bourbon down the drain.
But she took all your guitar picks and put them in the guitar, so you're just constantly shaking them to try to get them out.
Yeah, that's a fair trade-off. Hey, man, what have you been drinking recently?
Me? What have I been drinking?
Yes, you.
What have I been drinking? I had some Turkey 101 at the haunted house the other day in my coffee cup.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
That's how the mutant rolls.
That's right. Haunted house.
Do a
and
mutant roll.
Haunted corn maze, just some good old turkey 101.
I hate myself.
Just shaking his head.
I hate myself.
What else?
I think I can cut that out.
We went to Comedy Off Broadway and watched Theo Vaughn. So great, so good, so good. And I was like, give me a neat pour of what do you got? And they told me, and I said Knob Creek. They had a Knob Creek, and they gave me a Perry pour.
Yeah,
it was great. Like I paid for one pour, I probably got 4 ounces.
I went when I was in jazz band in high school. We played at Comedy Off Broadway in preparation for like a big gig that we had. And then years later, after I was able to drink, I went to Comedy Off Broadway and watched my high school jazz band perform there.
And you drank
and then I was able to drink. Yeah.
It was perfect.
It was great, dude. It was fantastic. They always have just really solid pours at Comedy Off Broadway.
Yeah, it was good. Just Knob Creek, man. I enjoyed it. So I've just had some regular stuff that is just good. It's good to go back to just those normal shelf stuff, and just remember how good they are.
Well, I had to provide some normal shelf stuff for this wedding that we went to on Saturday, which was BYOB, which I had never been to a wedding like that before, and so. I was like, I'm going to bring stuff that I know people are going to see, and they're going to go, oh, he's got bourbon. We got to get the bourbon from the guy.
We got to get that boy over there with that bourbon.
So I brought...
I got a theory about you, too, here in a second, after you tell me
about
what you've
me.
been drinking. Well, about you and Lucy. I got a theory.
Okay. I don't even know what this theory is, but all right. So I brought Rebel 100, which is mostly gone. We need to talk about Rebel 100 at some point soon because I don't think it's as good as it used to be.
I haven't had it in a while.
Something's changed.
I've been drinking the single barrels that we had. So.
Yeah. I took that, that bottle of that bottle of Turkey 81 rye that I've had just sitting around for a while.
Yeah.
I took that too. Because I was like, I just got to have something accessible. And dude, honestly, pretty daggum good rye. Like I don't think I had ever actually had the 81 proof rye before. I was pretty blown away by how full of flavor it is.
It's rye season, man. Like
it is getting to be rye season for sure.
Yeah.
I need to find a good cast strength rye, and it'll be it. I
may have this one coming.
Oh,
got a little bottle coming in the mail.
Is it a rare character?
It is
from Rarebird 101.
It is.
Oh man, I'm excited.
Yeah, 120 proof Kentucky rye.
Oh yes, can't wait to try that. But I also brought a 10-year Knob Creek pick, which is a new 10-year Knob Creek pick. Which yes, that does mean that they are coming back ever so slowly, I believe. But that makes, now multiple Knob Creek 10-year picks that I've seen over the past couple of months. So I don't think we're ever going to get. We've talked about this a million times before now, but I don't think we're ever going to get back up to the 15-year age statement for some of those picks. But it's nice to see them getting into double digits again, at the very least.
I want to go and grab one that's actually 10, and I'm not having to do this like long division to figure out if it's under 10 or over 10. It's just me looking in liquor barn or Total Wine, just trying to do math.
GIF of the lady with all the numbers flowing around her head.
And they're like, "You need help?" I'm like, "No, I'm trying to do math. You just messed me up. I got to start all over, you idiot,
dummy."
My daily bourbon, go away. I can figure this out myself.
All right, tell me about this theory you have.
So you and Lucy I mean, maybe you just have more friends than me, but you guys go to so many weddings and birthday parties and stuff. Like, I feel like you're at weddings and birthday parties all the time.
What's the theory part of this?
I think.
Oh, okay.
I think you're wedding crashers, and I think you all have this little thing going on where you all just go to these weddings and stuff, and you just show up, and you just act like you're somebody else, and like you all just, you bring bourbon, you know what to do. Lucy's like, I'm going to bring this cute little decanter or this little flask, and you just fit in, and everybody starts drinking around you, and they're like, oh my God, I remember you guys.
The Ritters are back.
That's your thing. I think you all crash weddings and birthday parties, and then you come back and you make love or something together after you've just crashed. You've been successfully crashing this party or this wedding, and that's your thing. I think that's what you all do. You all go to so many weddings and birthday parties.
This is the worst idea for a Bonnie and Clyde type story that I have ever heard in my entire life. Bonnie and Clyde, but they're wedding crashers.
That's what you all do. You're like, yes, another success.
Look, I'm not going to confirm nor deny.
I mean, theory. In about 2 weeks, when you post a picture of you at another wedding, I'm going to be like, fucking told you all. Fucking told you.
I need to send you the invite for Eden's birthday party.
And you just make up birthday parties. You just make them up, too. You're like, yeah.
Well, now that I've been found out. Oh, let's get to some news because we've not talked about news in.
Oh my God!
Lordy,
we haven't
lordy!
Had news
Guess
in
who's been away for 40 weeks?
Lordy, lordy! Look who's fucking 40.
I mean, it has been.
It's been a minute.
A hot minute since we have been able to come around to some news. I hope you're ready, Eric, because it's that time of year again.
Oh, I know what year it is. What time of the year it is.
You know what year it is. That's good. I'm proud of you.
Good 2022.
Yeah, it's so spooky that nobody's going to be able to find
Pappy.
Any of the Van Winkles. But everything has been announced for this year, and it seems like there are going to be more bottles available from what I understand. But
well, like five extra a store or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe, and they're all going to be marked up by 300%.
Well, you anyway. Have extra Van Winkle 10. That ain't fucking Pappy.
Hey, it is to some people. Anyway, Old Rip Van Winkle, 10-year-old, 107 proof, $70 a bottle. Van Winkle Special Reserve Bourbon, 12-year-old, 90 proof, $80 a bottle.
AKA Lot B.
Returning for the first time in a while, Van Winkle Reserve Rye.
Out of everything that comes out, I would love to get a Van Winkle Rye.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That would be the one that I'd easily be the most curious about.
So if you're listening, send us an email. This is mybourbonshop@gmail.com.
Nobody's listening.
Oh, shit.
We just do this for each other now.
I'm okay with that.
Anyway, it is, where's that number? 95.6 proof, $120 a bottle. Van Winkle, Pappy, 15.
Pappy.
Looks like it's going to be 107 proof.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? 20-year-old bourbon, 90.4 proof, $200 a bottle. Oh, sorry, the 15-year was $120 a bottle. I don't know if I said that. I think I did, but I could be wrong. And then the 23-year-old at 95.6 proof for $300 a bottle. I did not realize, and I mean, it makes sense, but I really didn't realize that the MSRP of the 23-year-old was $300.
I didn't know. I mean, it's never anything I even worried about looking at.
Because we've never seen it person before or anything. But in a perfect world, I mean, I would like to be able to pick up the rye.
Yeah, I'd pick up any one of them at that price.
I mean, truth be told, I probably would too. But don't overpay for these at all. E.H. Taylor barrel finished Bigfoot beer from Sierra Nevada, the brewery. It says it's its highest ABV release ever at 15%.
Damn.
So 30 proof, a 30 proof beer, and it comes in 750 ml bottles.
So what kind of beer is this? Because I've not looked into this thing.
Let's see.
I know it was online there once. Somebody got one. I think.
It is a barley wine style ale aged in unheard of 7 years. Wow. In the last year in Taylor small batch barrels.
How does beer how does it not go flat for 7 years? How does that work?
I honestly don't know. I imagine that there's something that happens.
Like they seal it somehow and it just stays good?
That or I don't know. I know
somebody will tell us after this.
Somebody please let us know. Send us an email.
Messages.
Yeah, we're gonna have plenty of correspondence after us floundering about that.
So barley wine,
barley wine.
Is there something that you think I've had that's similar to that? Because I have no idea what barley wine beer is.
I don't think that you would have had anything quite like it. Which
comes in a tube, though. I like tubes.
Comes in a tube, and it's a 750 ml bottle.
There you go. I love
it. I love it. I'm not seeing a price anywhere. Oh, it's sold out already, too. Oh. $29 a bottle.
That's not bad.
That's not bad at all. I do know somebody who is. They had to purchase some and get it shipped to us.
Ooh.
So
'cause he's a cowboy and a steel horse he rides. He's wanted dead or alive. Is he going to give you one?
I don't know. I don't want to put words in his mouth either.
I'd say just steal one.
No.
What?
There's a limit to 3 per person. You think he's not going to get home?
It fell off the truck. That's what they say, right?
Yeah, because I'm going to open his box before he even gets here to pick it up. Yeah, exactly. Castle and Key has released their first wheated bourbon in 2 different batches. Batch 1, $60 a bottle at 100 proof, and batch 2 is at 98 proof for $60 a bottle. What I have heard about the 100 proof batch is that they had intended for this initially to be a bottled in bond release, but they were worried that they weren't going to have enough barrels from the same time period, from the same distillation season.
Right.
Because, it's got to go through all those things.
Right.
And so they went ahead and made this batch up, and turns out that they kind of did have enough, but it was easier for them to just say 100 proof.
What is going on over there?
I don't know, man.
So it's not 4 years old?
No, it is 4 years old.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's pushing the limit of a wheated bourbon.
Like pretty close. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I know. I still want to try it.
Oh yeah, I want to try everything.
Still want to try it. Got a bunch of releases to talk about, and this is going back weeks at this point. What did we even do last week?
We had our McGriddle debate.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's what we decided to do instead of doing.
We reviewed a Scotch.
Doing news. Well, this was actually announced at Bourbon and Beyond, but the blackened and Wes Henderson white port wine cask finished bourbon, non-age stated, 116.2 proof, $100 a bottle. Looks like it's already out. But in limited quantities. I love it that Wes Henderson's like, all right, I'm retiring. And 8 seconds later, he goes, never mind.
First post-retirement project, it says. I just pulled up the link you sent.
Yeah. You got to have hobbies. Even if your hobbies are what you retired from doing.
Right? I'm back, baby.
I'm back. Back. Don't call it a comeback.
It's like, I've been here for years. Like freaking MJ coming back out of retirement. Hey,
speaking of Bardstown Bourbon Company Fusion. It's Fusion 8. Wow, that math is hard. 95.5, I think. $65 a bottle. Limited availability. The whiskey features 2 high rye 4-year-old bourbons distilled at Bardstown, its oldest whiskey released to date, as well as a sourced 12-year-old Kentucky bourbon. A new Hirsch release. I can't say that. Bivouac?
Oh, what'd you call me?
Yep. Well, let's move on. It's 100 proof and $100 a bottle, or $50 a bottle.
Jabberwocky.
Here's a fun one. New Liberty Bloody Butcher Sour Mash.
Bloody Butcher.
Straight bourbon from Pennsylvania, 3-year-old. 95 proof? Yeah. $25 for a 200 ml. Only available in Pennsylvania.
How much?
$25 a bottle.
200 mLs, you said?
Now, yes, but here's the thing. We were paying $30 for Elijah Craig grenades, and that was the same size. And we were doing that all day long and twice on Sundays.
Okay.
We gotta draw the line somewhere.
Okay.
70% Bloody Butcher corn, 27% malted rye, and 3% malted barley. Double pot distilled and aged for 3 years in 53-gallon barrels. I've got some New Liberty. Is that what it's called? Yeah, New Liberty bourbon.
Liberty.
Pinhook Rye Money. 2022 edition, straight rye. Non-age stated, 99 proof. $40 bottle nationwide.
Heck yeah, dude.
Available. This year's flagship rye has a mash bill of 60% rye, 20% corn, 20% malted barley, distilled and aged for 2+ years at Castle and Key.
I like that.
Oh, a big release. A big release that I'm excited about.
The one that I have to make myself get.
Why do you have to make yourself get it?
Because you won it. I won it. I was just saying, like, I'm not going to
sounds like you're twisting your own arm.
No. I'm saying, like, I'll do bad things for it. I have to get it.
You have to.
Yeah.
Wild Turkey, Master's Keep, Unforgotten. Blend of bourbon and rye.
Tell me, baby.
Non-age stated.
Okay, give me something more.
103 proof. $200 a bottle.
Give me something more, baby. You're gonna have to talk a little bit more dirty to me.
I don't know what else to tell you, man. It's basically Forgiven.
It's in a box. It's Wild Turkey. I'll buy it.
But it's a blend of 13-year-old bourbon and 8 and 9-year-old ryes, finished in rye barrels and non-chill filtered. I think that if I remember correctly, Dave Jennings, Rare Bird 101, posted a photo not too long ago of the turkey distillery and the woman who actually did Forgiven, like who caused that whole debacle, is actually still working there.
Heck yeah!
Like he was able to get a picture of her.
So she was forgiven.
She was forgiven.
Yeah. She was not forgotten, though.
Yeah, that's why we call it Unforgotten.
Yeah. Okay, I'm okay with
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I want it.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say finished in rye barrels is very interesting to me.
I like that.
Yeah. Anyway. They call my
Maker's Wood Finishing Series BRT01.
Guess
105.4 proof, $60 a bottle. Limited availability. And then also BRT02. Imagine that. 105.4 proof. Also $60 a bottle. And also limited availability.
Have to blend them together. See if it's better.
Yeah. I can't help but be excited about these. I know we're going to have to work a little bit to find them or to get them. But, you know, the whiskey drop thing that they do is expensive.
Yeah.
So
they usually show up in the stores, and they're pretty.
I'm not too worried about it. I mean, you could get one. I could get one.
Yeah.
Barrel Craft Spirits Gray Label Bourbon 2022 edition.
Don't you have that sitting right there? There it is.
Is this it? Oh no, that's the Dovetail.
I was going to say, damn, it's gone. It's already gone.
Haven't even reviewed it yet.
It's gone.
Crap! What happened? It's around here somewhere. We got a lot of.
Continues.
Tune in next week.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey.
Kentucky, Tennessee, and Indiana bourbons, straight bourbons, mind you. 100 point. We'll say 100.6 proof.
Okay.
I think it's 100.58. $250 a bottle. Limited to 13,500 bottles. I'm really excited about us getting to talk about this. Yeah. So we see. Chattanooga. Oh, we've got a Chattanooga sample that we've got to drink. It's from Ben DeGagne. He sent it to us, and I forgot about it.
What is it?
As I do with most samples that get sent.
That's why we made a whole extra show about it. If you want to check that out, go to patreon.com/MyBourbonPodcast.
Everything's a commercial. Chattanooga Bottled and Bond, fall 2018. Straight bourbon, Tennessee. 4-year-old 100 proof, $53 a bottle. They've been great. You know, I have no reason not to.
I love what Chattanooga's doing.
Yeah, me too. Uncle Nearest Rye. It's a Canadian straight rye at 4 years old. And it looks to be 105.8 proof. Whew, $150 a bottle.
That a lot.
It's their first rye whiskey.
Exclusive.
Yeah, it's also their first rye. So now let's talk about this.
Okay.
A new Remus, new Indiana straight bourbon. It's the Gatsby Reserve.
Oh, that's the ones that's in those boxes. And it's it's like
15. Yeah, yeah. It opens up like the cars of the future that they thought we were gonna have.
It's like Hellraiser. They're like doing the puzzles and stuff, and it's like it opens up and then it just cuts you.
Is the new one's out, right?
Oh yeah, I just watched it.
All right, we'll get to it. Anyway, the Remus Gatsby Reserve, 15 years old, 97.8 proof, $200 a bottle. Here's the thing. I really want to try this. That's a lot of money for this.
And so is this 15-year MGP stock?
Yeah.
Got me intrigued.
I mean, if we can find it, we may as well split it.
I'll open Pandora's box.
All right. I'll see in that box.
Okay.
It's weird though, because like MGP or Ross and Squibb or Remus or whatever you want to say, they don't really do media samples, so we haven't had the chance to even request this. But I would like to try it out.
Seagram's might though.
Oh, I didn't think about Seagram's.
Yeah, send them a message.
We'll give him a holler.
All right.
Give him a little holler.
Okay.
Few Bottled and Bond Rye. It's straight rye, of course, from Illinois. 100 proof, $50 a bottle. Limited to 7,200 bottles. We should have a review bottle of that coming our way.
Nice.
Before too long. Garrison Brothers Cowboy Bourbon. Texas Straight Bourbon. Eric's favorite place for bourbon.
Mm-hmm. 134?
130, yeah, 134.8. Dang. $250 a bottle.
That's a lot.
From a selection of 25-gallon barrels aged between 8 and 9 years. I mean, I'd be willing to try it, especially at that particular proof point. But who's to say? Templeton Barrel Strength 2022 release straight rye from Indiana, non-age stated 114.6 proof, $60 a bottle. My goodness gracious, there's so many releases. Our friends over at Broken Barrel, Luciferous American Single Malt from Indiana.
What's a disease?
Is it like Lucifer?
Oh, I thought you said syphilis.
No, Luciferous.
Oh.
Yes, a distiller or a whiskey company has decided to name their products after an STI.
Hey, dude just does what he wants to. He was going to name. We were going to collab on the Skid Row one. Remember?
I remember.
Yeah, remember that? I wouldn't put past.
I remember. Anyway, 3-year-old Indiana American Single Malt. 121.6 proof, or 122.6 proof, excuse me.
Only 780 bottles.
Yeah, $70 as well. The oak bill was 80% Amaro barrels and 20% French oak staves. They love them, some French oak staves at Broken Barrel. Oak and Eden Wheat and Honey, Indiana finished bourbon. Non-age stated 90 proof, $60 a bottle.
What's the honey from?
Oak and Eden is known for bottling its whiskey with an oak spire inside. But its latest bourbon, part of the Infused series, goes a step further, as the spire was previously soaked in honey. Oof. The whiskey has a mash bill of 51% corn, 45% wheat, and 4% malted barley.
Huh.
Kind
of want to try it.
I want to try it too, but I don't know, man.
I think we could make that ourselves.
I think you did make that yourself once on a live stream couple.
Oh, yeah.
We never talked about that on the podcast, did we?
I think we mentioned it briefly.
Maybe we did. I don't know. Fortuna.
I've seen this one.
Have you seen it like in the wild?
No, I've seen people posting about it.
6-year-old Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, 102 proof, $85 a bottle. Looks like it's out. I love the label on this.
Yeah,
it's like a old school bourbon label. Oh, it's a revival of a 19th century label that lasted until the 1960s, and it's from the folks at Rare Character. Awesome.
Yeah. Great stuff.
I want to try that really, really badly. Oh my gosh, we don't have to talk about this next one, but look at the bottle shape of this.
What the hell is that?
That is incredible.
Bowmore Arc 52. It looks like it's in a friggin'...
Looks like the Sydney Opera House.
Yeah, it's like a pyramid, but a bean shaped at the bottom.
Dang! 52 years old, $75,000
Only
a bottle.
$75K?
Hey, that's a Tuesday at the Pokies.
Yeah, I was working an extra day or two in that one.
Hey, that's kind of cool, though. The Macallan has a James Bond 60th anniversary release. Single malt. Non-age stated $800.
How do people afford these things? Fucking Scotch. How do you do this?
Golly.
Lordy. Look who costs $40,000.
That tickled me way more than it should have. Knob Creek, Jim Beam. They've officially announced the 18-year-old release at 100 proof, $170 a bottle.
Now they say October. I've seen this thing for over a month.
It's been out for at least a month, but I think that's part of the Kentucky.
Did you see this next one? We have a little experience with this.
Oh, Octomore 13.1. Eric. It's your baby.
It's my little lover, my Scotch lover.
Don't go from me calling it your baby to you going, it's my lover.
No, it was like Mariah Carey, because you'll always be my baby.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. 118.4 proof, $220 a bottle, 5 years old. I want to try it.
God, there's a lot. Did they bring out like 15 at a time? 13.1, then the next bottle's 13.2, then the next one 13.3.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, anyway.
I want to try.
I think there's a big one you need to talk about here.
Basil Hayden red wine cask finished?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that. It's not age stated.
Look at that. Look at the proof.
Look at that. It's 80 proof.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. It's $60 a bottle.
Yeah. Wait. Okay. They bold this thing here. What does that even mean? I can't even pronounce that word. No, crafted the whiskey with
aperitif sipping in mind.
What is that?
So aperitif, like an aperitif is, I think what it roughly translates to is like after dinner.
Oh.
Or
dessert?
after kind of. Yeah. Like.
Oh, it's clickable.
Aperitifs and digestifs are drinks typically alcoholic that are normally served. Oh. I'm an idiot. Please don't send me an email. That are normally served before aperitif or after digestif, a meal.
I'm so confused. This is not anything Basil Hayden should be even associated with.
Well,
this is too confusing.
Let's just move on. High West of Midwinter Nights Dram Act 10. I guess the encore wasn't the end of the releases.
There it is.
Oh, wait, here's the... Oh.
In honor of the 10th anniversary. The encore.
We need to find out if the encore actually is the end of the... Because it can't go on forever, right? Wait until they start doing the play within a play editions of Midwinter Nights Dram.
Where's the commission? What's the middle?
Intermission.
Intermission. Where's the intermission at?
Where's the commission?
I don't know what I was saying.
How much is Shakespeare making off of this?
How much you getting paid? What's your commission on this?
What's the Shakespeare estate making? Somebody go find Anne Hathaway. Four-Gate Split Stave by Kelvin. Finished bourbon from Four-Gate, Kentucky. 7-year-old. 116.1 proof. $175 a bottle. Widow Jane the Vaults. 2022, 14-year-old Tennessee and Indiana bourbon. 99 proof. $250. Got a review bottle of that coming our way, too.
Oh, heck yeah.
Boy, howdy. There's just a lot of releases. And I think we've done enough of them. Unless there's anything that you think we need to talk about.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and move on to some TTB labels before we get to our reviews. Wilderness Trail Rye Maple Barrel Finish.
Oh, give me all of it now.
Give me all of it now. Give me all of it.
The funny thing is,
104 proof.
McCully posted stories as this was being crafted.
That's cool.
It's like, I'm working on this little thing here, and I'm like, wow, come on, look at that thing. Look at that maple barrel.
Come on a little bit.
Give me a little
Come
bit.
on.
Look at a little bit.
Come on, give me a little something. You know what I'm talking about?
But yeah, I want that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying here. Here's a good one that we need to address. Colonel Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
Single barrel cast strength. Straight bourbon whiskey. Do you see the one I'm talking about here, Eric?
Yes.
It's a lady chomping on a ear of corn.
What's going on here?
That looks like it's been freshly. It's got the knobs and the juice or whatever.
It's got the juice.
It's a lump with the knobs. 116. I don't even know what that is, dude. I don't know why. Why am I even talking about it? It's stupid.
Talk about it.
I don't want to.
Okay, go on.
I stopped caring halfway through that. 2XO, 2 times oak by Dexon Didman. Dixon Dedman.
Dexter?
This is the
Dexter Deadman.
This is the Innkeeper's Blend at 104 proof. It's the second release in the ongoing small batch blend series from 2XO 2 times Oak. Each release is unique, created by blending select stocks of my finest barrels and crafted using my double barreling process. The Innkeeper's Blend pays homage to my family's long history in hospitality and the values instilled along the way. Never forget your past. Oh boy, Eric. Hidden Barn Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey finished in Madeira casks.
Lord.
104 proof. But hey, that's not all. Hidden Barn Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey Weeded Mash Bill. 100 proof. Aren't you excited? Eric.
Yeah.
Eric.
What?
Aren't you excited, Eric? What's the matter, Eric? What's wrong? Come on, buddy. What's the matter?
They've given me so much to look forward to. God, yes. Isn't it too soon to be doing a finished?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I don't know what you want me to say here. Yes, it is.
I mean, I'm just straight up. It's too soon.
Yeah. But you know what we need is that meme of that guy crying, and it's him just going, "Bro, you got to do this with me, bro," or like, "You got to try this."
He's like,
it's like, "Bro, you don't understand. It was selected by Jackie Sycan, and she made it herself, bro.
Bro,
she had COVID, so you got to forgive her a little bit, bro." Do you know what I'm talking about, or?
Yes. I'm just laughing at the. She had COVID. Forgive her, bro.
Castle and Key, the Wool Gatherer. Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey.
Put that label up on the screen.
I love this label.
For real?
You don't like it?
No.
I think it's cool. Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey finished in Vino de Naranja barrels.
What?
Orange wine barrels.
Okay, that's better.
Vino de Naranja.
One more time.
Vino de Naranja.
Do you ever think that they just pick these finishes and they're like, some dumbass is not going to even know what to say? And
do you ever think that
they're just me? They're looking at me the whole time.
Yeah. 109 proof rather. Kentucky Straight Rye Whiskey. All right. Really fizzled out there at the end with the
Vino de Naranja. You come to me, man. Oh. You're looking for some orange barrels.
Vino de Naranja.
You told my daughter.
All right, let's review some stuff.
Vino. All right. I want to say congratulations.
Yeah, I'm going to accept the congratulations from you.
You worked for it. You beat me. You beat me in the challenge. But also, this is the first time that Jack Daniels has sent some samples.
To us. The first time they've sent them to us.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
like they've sent them to other shows.
They sent me a random page that says, send a message to this and we'll see if we can get back to you.
They said, thanks for getting in contact with us. This is the wrong, you're dumb, go away.
And and I said, oh shit, I'm My Daily Bourbon.
But so these are the two newest distillery series releases from Jack Daniels. The first one is a High Toast Oak finished rye whiskey.
High Toast Oak.
And both of these are 101 proof, excuse me. I was reading the word warm as I was reading or saying out loud 101 proof.
Are these, I know that they sent it to us in these. Are these like in the 350s or whatever they are?
The 375.
375, sorry.
Yep.
Just like the, what? We got one over here. The Selection Tennessee Tasters, kind of like those bottles. Yeah.
Yep.
Which one are we doing first?
Well, I would like to start with the Toasted Oak.
Toasted Oak.
Finished. Aged in charred white oak barrels, then finished in our proprietary high toast, no char oak barrels. This rye whiskey was originally barreled in the summer of 2014 and then re-barreled in high toast, no char oak barrels in October of 2019. So it's a pretty daggone old rye whiskey.
I mean,
it's 8 years old, pretty much.
That smells amazing.
It's pretty great, right?
Oh my. That is something.
So this is going to be available at the Jack Distillery and in select stores in Tennessee.
Oh, it's like a rye. Like you've drank rye and you've got the rye like flavors in you, but there's like a fresh pot of like the best coffee you've ever smelled.
I know I say this a lot, but this is like an ideal cigar smoking whiskey for me. I mean, I get a lot of just very freshly cut tobacco on the nose on this.
My word. Dude, I can smell that all day. That smells so good. It's not like I'm getting like these overwhelming like 100 different notes. It's just like this, like it's like fresh brewed coffee and you drink rye and stuff.
And speaking of coffee, it tastes like when you put coffee or bourbon in your coffee.
The finish is coffee all day long.
Yeah, it's very mocha-y.
It's almost, I get like a, dude, that is straight up coffee.
Yeah.
It's coffee with like some spices, like some ginger on top of it. Like if they shave some ginger over some.
Yeah, it's very gourmet coffee.
Mm-hmm. Almost.
I love this so much.
Oh, that is good, dude. I'll drink that for breakfast. And there's almost like a foam, like a vanilla foam, in there too. This is like you said, this is a coffee with like a vanilla foam on top with like some ginger like sprinkled on top of it. This is like this Christmas morning.
Let me just say,
oh wow,
these two releases very quickly jumped up into at least a noteworthy category for my top tens of this year.
Freaking good.
Yeah.
Wow.
I actually went ahead and I poured the maple next to it as well, just for the sake of...
Is this a rye as well, or is this...
This
bourbon?
is also a rye.
Okay.
Finished in high toast maple barrels. Now, this one is a rye that was originally barreled in March 2017, then finished in high toast, no char maple barrels in September of 2021. So this one's about 5 years, 5.5, as opposed to the 8 year.
Okay.
Now, I also did pour a little, I'm just going to have to kill this, a little bit of the Pursuit United rye next to it, because this is the ongoing quest to determine whether or not anything is going to, rye-wise at least, going to beat the Pursuit United rye.
Let me get it. Let me get my bottle out here.
Sorry, I know that's just twisting your arm, having to drink that one.
It just made me twist my arm over here and just get this.
And I don't want to get into the pursuit of it all just yet. I wanted to have it ready I mean, go ahead and pour it.
I did. Just like,
I meant like
the pursuit of it all.
I just mean I didn't want to like go ahead and drink it before we got to try the maple.
Gotcha. I know.
Together. This one is also 101 proof.
Very different.
It is mapley, but it's also this. It's almost like oatmeal Like if you were to pour
like a oatmeal cream pie.
See, I was thinking if you were like a bowl of oatmeal and you actually poured maple syrup over it. But I do see the oatmeal cream pie too.
If the first one is coffee, this one is almost like
it's the sweet that you get with it, like a donut or something.
Finish is a little weird on that one. I like the nose better than the palate on the second one.
You know what's interesting about the maple finish is that it goes almost towards. I would have thought that it was more of a wine finished.
Yeah.
But then I do kind of get this like honeycomb thing going on too on the finish. Like like raw honeycomb that you would get like not, you know, in a store or like in a bag or anything. Like it's like you literally just took it like out of a hive. You found a honeycomb just kind of laying around.
I mean, it's not the same note, but it's very like nature like.
No,
it makes sense.
Yeah.
The finish
very
is
natural.
Natural. It's a nature boy.
We can move on.
Okay. I don't know about this one. I'm not digging it as much.
I'm really surprised by that. And maybe it is because it does kind of remind me more of being like a wine finished.
Yeah.
Like it's got some of that dryness, a little bit of the bitterness on it that a wine finished whiskey might have.
It's kind of rhubarby. It reminds me of...
Yeah, for sure. Like a bitter root.
Like a bitter green. Like I see purple and green when I drink this, and it's kind of bitter. Almost like you need to like acclimate yourself to it a little bit. Like it gets better to me as it sit there for a little bit. Initially, it was very off-putting, but it's gotten a little better as I've drank on it.
I like it. I think it's especially different from most of the other rides that we've had this year, or any rides really in recent memory that have been out.
Yeah, it's definitely different. It's got one of those. It's just got a note that I think it's one of those sour, but not off-putting notes that you're either going to like it or you're not. You know.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm enjoying it as much. I think I'm pretty stuck on that first one. Honestly, like it's definitely the top for me as far as these two go.
Well, the good news is they're the same price, so
that's good. What's
you wouldn't
the price?
Have to $41.99.
Honestly, I'm not. I would still buy both of those for that price.
No, I think I would too. I think I'm in the same boat as you that I would prefer to have the toast over the maple. But even still, the maple finish for what it is so fun and it's so unique.
Yeah, it's different. It's different for sure.
So man, you're making some faces going back and forth between the Pursuit and the Oak. Oh, you serious?
That nose. I mean, they're close.
But they go in different directions.
Well, the Pursuit is definitely more traditional rye. Like, I think the fact that I smell the Jack Daniels and it's like this coffee, and I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh, but that Pursuit though.
I mean, the palate though, it's a no-brainer on the palate. The Pursuit is still hands down the winner. It's more bold. It overwhelms all the stuff on that, but the nose come close to it. Like the nose on the on the toasted oak. Is that what it is? Toasted oak, right?
Yeah. High toast oak barrels.
That's special. That nose is special. And the palate is so good. I mean, it's I mean, just being honest, it's not going to overthrow the Pursuit as far as the rides goes.
The Pursuit is still my favorite ride that's come out this year.
And I think
it's my favorite ride that's come out over the past few years.
Yeah. And I think it's fair to as everyone who listens and follows along, they're going to want us to compare that each time we get a ride.
For sure.
But
I mean, we are getting closer and closer to, our top 10 lists for the year, which I'm not ready. I'm not ready for that to be the... I just got used to saying 2022. Do I really want to start getting used to saying 2023?
I hate trying to ride
really.
It. Well, and I feel like papers at work and stuff, you put 23 on, I mess up for like the first month. It sucks.
Have fun.
Dude,
with
I love the nose. I love the nose. I love the nose on the maple is good. I don't care to pay. If I saw that, I would buy them both. But out of the two, that toasted oak, it's pretty good.
Good. I say it's time for us to do us a review then.
Let me get my calculator out.
So our review system.
Let me get that machine out.
Give me that clicker.
That puts numbers down for me.
On the show, we got a review system of nose, palate, finish, and price. Each category is out of 5. That's the final score out of 20. You can do any other kind of math that you might want to do if you want to, adjust it to your scale.
You can use one of those things that you just slide the things.
Yeah, an abacus.
Yeah. Rye finish in abacus barrels.
That was a really good joke.
We'll just put that on the label. Nobody will know what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, Eric, nose on the Jack Daniel's Distillery Series High Toast Oak Finished Rye Whiskey.
4.5.
Dude, it's great. I'm giving it
almost
a 4.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Almost perfect.
Oh, it's got that, and it's not just coffee. And I think you kind of mentioned this too. It's like you brewed a pot of coffee, and it's just kind of lingering around you.
Yeah, you're drinking like some rye or something, and you're like, oh, somebody just brewed some coffee, and like it's filling the room up with like whatever else you're drinking or eating. Like you're mixing it with coffee.
Oh, it's so good. It's so. You know what I want to see now is like a coffee cake infused with this. How good would that be, though?
God. Ugh. Yeah. That's a foodgasm right there.
Yeah.
Whew. That's making me feel something.
Palate for me is a 3.5.
Dude, same. I just put 3.5.
Hey.
So good.
I found the barrel.
There it is.
It was in a bigger bottle than I thought it was.
Yeah, palate's good. I still like the nose a little bit, but I mean, 3.5. Like it's better than just average. Like
I think the finish is about on par with the maybe just a little bit tapered off from the palate. I'm going to give it a 3.
I give it a 3 because I give the palate a 3.5, and like you said, the finish is a little short.
Yeah,
a little less coffee, but it's still there. So I said 3.
Yeah. Don't mind the price either at $41.99. Distillery exclusive and in particular stores in Tennessee. I've not had a bad one of these releases yet, whether it's the Tennessee Tasters or the Distillery Series. I think that Jack Daniel's understands what it means to put out a limited or a special release. And they pretty much always hit it out of the park with it. And I mean, if you see it at $42, that's almost an immediate buy.
I give it a 4
for me. I'm going to give it a 3.5.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's and it's one of those things. If this was a 750 ml, I would pay $80 for it. No brainer.
Yeah. So my final score was a 14 out of 20.
15.
Yeah. I mean, get this one if you see it.
Yeah.
Get this
me one. Get me one if you see
I'll take another too, because I've been sharing it with Eric and sharing it around. My dad had some last night with me too, and
Oh, Papa
Bear. Now let's move on to the high toast maple barrels.
The maple?
Now I might have misspoken a little bit earlier, and I apologize if I did so, and said that this was actually high toast maple syrup barrels. I apologize for that if I did say that. This is maple wood.
Okay.
So the barrels themselves are constructed of maple.
And that makes sense. I think that's why I wasn't getting as sweet, probably.
Yeah.
Maybe. Because
I do still get a syrupy quality to this. And it's definitely the most evident on the nose and like the very front end of the palate for me.
Yeah. Man, I smell oatmeal cream pie on that ever since we talked about it.
Yeah. I really enjoy the nose on this one. But what are you thinking?
I gave it a 3.
You're making some faces. I was going to give it a 3.5.
I gave it a 3. No, I was thinking of other stuff, but I enjoyed the nose more than the palate. I gave the palate, moving on, a 2.5. It's not bad. It's just, it took me a few drinks to get used to it, to start enjoying it. I get this kind of rhubarby like sourness to it.
See, I like that journey that it takes me on, though, because I am kind of getting the same like bitterness to it, but it's also being complemented with a very dominant sweet sugary note as well that reminds me of like a molasses or, well, I guess maple syrup.
You know, if I was going to put it as the sweet note, it would be when it's been a long time, but it's kind of one of those memories that sticks out. It's like honeysuckle when you're like outside and you grab one. So it's kind of like, you know, leafy and stuff like that, but it's a little bit of sweet. So it's kind of, like we said, it's natural. There's almost like a natural and sweet to it.
Yeah. I really like the palate on this one. Giving it a 4.
Damn. I like that.
I think the finish is easily the weakest part of this one. Yeah. Not to say that it's like bad, but it just disappears very quickly. It's a 2 for me on the finish.
I gave it a 2.5 just because it was almost the same as the palate. Like it just kind of like continued on from the palate to the finish, and like I didn't mind it. I didn't hate it. It was just there. 2.5. Just same as the palate to me.
Yeah. And then the price, I mean, it's also $41.99. I got to give it a 3.5 as well. I mean, this is still a pickup for me because it is different, and I think it's something you could have a lot of fun throwing around for people to try, especially because, as you know, Kentucky bourbon drinkers, you see that Jack Daniels and people kind of turn their nose up a little bit. They're like, I don't know about that.
I don't even have to repeat the story I've told.
I know.
I give it the same 3.5.
But my point just being that, you know, I think if people are limiting themselves as bourbon drinkers to just the standard Jack Daniels offering, they are failing to recognize that this is a brand and this is a portfolio rather that has something basically to offer to everybody.
Yes.
And these two expressions, I think, are another good indication that not only is Jack Daniels aware of their clientele, but they are very in tune with the fact that it is not difficult to create and then market products for a diverse group of whiskey drinkers. And these are spectacular releases.
Yeah.
I think they did a really, really great job with these.
Yes, I would buy both of them. I'm happy with the price. I like one more than the other, but I would want both of them in my collection if I had the chance.
So. Yeah, and I mean, I gave the Maple Barrel a 13 out of 20, which is right next to a 14 out of 20 on the Oak Barrel.
Mine was 11.5. So
that's quite a drop off for you, but even still, that'd be
I think you figured that out.
I think people are
but still, it's better than some of the stuff we've had.
That is true.
Way better.
Yes.
Some of the stuff should be hidden. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. This is.
I want these.
Now, that being said, I don't think either of these can dethrone Pursuit United Rye.
No, that's still our favorite rye. No doubt.
And I just keep getting reminded of how spectacular this rye is anytime it has to go up against anything else. Like, even if the other rye is good, this one just destroys the competition.
Yeah.
Absolutely blows it out of the water.
It's special. Like, it's going to be, yeah. If one of us buys something or we get a sample of a rye that overtakes that, it's going to be fucking fantastic. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it would have to be amazing.
We are definitely going to be like, this is an ongoing thing now.
Has to be. Too.
It's been a good year for rye.
Yeah.
Like, it's just been a really good rye year.
I love rye, dude. Like, I just look around, like, at my stuff. Like, I've got these new Wilderness Trail ryes I need to bring over and let you have some of it, and it's like,
yeah, I can't wait.
I'm all about some rye.
I'm excited to find out about the antique collection ryes too.
I wish Saz rye would just fucking just go crazy and be like, what the hell is this?
What is this? What's going on? What is going on? So we haven't had them in a while, but I think it's time to bring back some high proof hot takes.
Oh, I know you got one. You wrote one down.
I wrote one down in my phone. You had one too last week that you said you were going to do.
Yeah.
And you wound up not because we had good vibes going last week. But yeah, go ahead and do yours.
Listen, if you're listening, sit down. If you're watching, look me in the eyes. If your friends think different of something, or they have a higher opinion or a lower opinion of something, they're not mad at you. They're not giving you shit if they say their opinion. They're just sharing their opinion. Okay? Like, it's okay to not see eye to eye with your friends. It's okay to not tell your friends something's good. Be honest. I'm tired of everybody just catering to everybody because, I don't want to offend anybody. Listen, you're not going to offend your friends. Your friends know you. They know your personality. They know that you're not coming for their soul. Okay? It's okay to have a different opinion than your friend, and it's okay to let them know. And it's okay to tell people they're wrong or they're right or they're dumb. That doesn't mean you hate them. I'm tired of everybody just thinking if something negative is said, that automatically means they're a horrible person. I'm just tired of that. I think it's wrong. I think everybody, if you know the person and you're having a conversation, it's okay to go back and forth. That doesn't mean you hate each other. Don't take offense to it. It's okay. That's how we talk. That's a conversation. Okay?
I'm not going to tell you that you're wrong, but I will tell you that I miss one of my favorite podcasts of all time, Tell Me I'm Wrong.
Oh, I want to be on Tell Me I'm Wrong.
I'm going to find a way for us.
Can you make a special episode happen to where I get to be on it?
To revive.
With you?
Yes. I'm working on trying to revive Tell Me I'm Wrong. So at the very least, they can have just like another episode or two.
Yeah.
Because I miss
I'll be on it. I miss listening to it. I listened to all the episodes, and I wanted
there were some that I listened to multiple times.
That was empty.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I had a panic moment there for a second. I know you did
I'm
too.
I'm tired of it being at a point to where you can't like have a debate about something without somebody just getting mad and just being like, you know what, okay, fine, whatever. Just do whatever you want to. I'll do this and
no,
whatever.
I understand that, and that there was a level of patience, and I've talked about this before, but like compassion too, that I learned during the pandemic, because it was a lot of going back and forth over things that either didn't matter or you were not going to be able to convince somebody else of your opinion. You know what I mean? Like, there was no, and so the thing that I always say, anytime somebody goes, how could they think that? How could they act like that? How could they be like that? Is that they're just not wired the same way that you might be. And it's not like they're wired incorrectly. It's just that they are meticulously designed in a way that does not line up with the way that your brain functions.
Yeah.
And so that is a beautiful thing about what it means to be human, that we can have those conversations and we can have differences of opinion as long as they are not of a persuasion that might cause harm or inconvenience to another human being solely because you don't believe that they have the right to exist in the way that they want to.
Right. I love talking about stuff. And how boring of a place would it be if we just immediately agreed on things and we're like, all right, well, we'll talk about something else.
And we joke about us, like we jokingly go, yeah, well, we're right and you're wrong all the time.
Yeah,
about
it's
things,
a joke.
you know. But like we're not doing it because we want to, you know, seem like the overall authorities. Like, I completely understand that there are people who don't like the She-Hulk show. I get it. And I get it too. But the thing is too, like, I mean, there's a part of my brain where I hear somebody say, "Oh, I don't like it because it's emasculating to men or whatever," and it's like, that part I don't.
I don't like it because I saw a clip of her twerking. Okay, spoiler alert. That was an extra scene. It has nothing to do with the show.
And also, She-Hulk has done stuff like that in
She's got an ass.
The comics.
She twerked it. It was nothing wrong with it. I watched it.
Never mind.
She jump rope naked in the comics.
Exactly.
That's just what it is.
Like, it's just and we're using a very specific instance to make this point, I think. But one of the things that I have always set out to do with this show, and I know that at times I have kind of stepped over lines here or there, but that's because either it's important to me to let people know that this is a quote-unquote safe space, however you may want to take that, and that there are times where there are no excuses for acting in particular ways. But in general, I try to make this a show, a space where it is virtually politics free.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is not just because, you know, I it's not because I dislike having those kinds of discussions. I don't mind having them. The older I get, the more I find that I can have them. Not that I like seek them out, but I'm like, yeah, I can stand my ground on
and
stuff.
And it's a discussion. But, like, why does it always have to, like, if somebody says what you don't like, just automatically, like, the other person just cut it off? It's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, it's a discussion. We can talk about it.
And,
it doesn't mean,
And nothing about, like, what we do with Timbip is ever meant to be like preachy or elitist or anything like that. And I know that bourbon becomes that at some point when you start talking about exclusive bottles and you start having people who can pull out tasting notes and just be very elitist by exclusion, which I guess in and of itself is actually how you would define elitism. But the point is that, you know, this in and of itself is not a space that we really use to have like arguments back and forth about like, you know, crucial life things, I guess, that we may or may not agree upon. But at the same time, I mean, that doesn't mean that we don't have opinions and we don't have thoughts and we're still registered voters in America. And like, you know, and even on a very micro scale, I mean, like, if you're a Ghostbusters fan, that's fine.
I mean, yeah, if you like the new Ghostbusters movie, I mean, that's cool. Cool with me, I mean, I guess.
But Eric hates it.
I do, and I'll tell you about
Eric would rather dig a hole into his scalp with a plastic spoon.
It's true.
Than have to watch that movie again.
It's true. But that doesn't mean I hate you if you like it. That doesn't mean I'm automatically just like tearing you down. That's just what I feel, you know? So, what's yours?
Well, mine is much less controversial, I would say. And I think it's something that we all, as adults, find to be horrible.
4 eyes on McDonald's McDonald's toys.
Did you want?
No, you keep that one. Will you hand me Hamburglar back though?
Yeah, sure. Hold on.
I want to look at him. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude, this is my favorite one.
Dude, he's so cool.
Yeah.
Getting shushed as an adult.
Oh no!
Like another adult shushing you.
No.
It is like top tier pet peeves for me. Like
you
top 3.
That happened recently, and I let it go.
To you?
Yeah, on the live stream. Remember?
Oh well, that was more playful.
Was it? I'm just playing.
I think it was. It's the same thing of like, as an adult male, you get called boy.
Boy?
No, not boy, because there's some playfulness in that. It's boy, like condescending, just that attitude of like.
You're getting me fired up right now.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is something about being shushed that is so demoralizing and so demeaning as an adult when another adult cannot find the words to tell you, hey, hold on a second.
Hold on.
Just wait. Let's come back. If you're talking, let's come back to it in a moment. If you're being loud, stop being loud. Don't go, shh. Don't do that.
What's the
matter with you?
I felt like a burning in my chest just now when you did that. And I was
the
like,
worst feeling. It's like when you were a kid. And I mean, you know, you could go apples to apples and say, oh, when you're a kid and you got shushed, you're like, oh. But I'm thinking of like when you're a kid and somebody goes, oh, like they're gonna get, like you're about to get in trouble or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know. Oh, that's
anyway.
Yeah. Don't shush people.
Don't shush other adults. Don't shush adults, man. Like,
jerk.
It's ridiculous. Oh, you know what we didn't talk about in the news? We didn't talk about the Bob Baffert settlement.
Oh, I
with
saw
the secret horsey stuff or whatever.
Oh yeah,
you were the one that sent it to me initially.
I did. So we had mentioned this a couple of weeks back or so, about.
It's been longer than that.
Has it been longer than that?
We had to have talked about that in early August.
Yeah. So quick review. A local store and group here in kind of around Louisville, Bardstown, did a pinhook pick where they made a tater sticker of this horse owner has a syringe on it, injecting the bottle, and it says, Bobby's Secret Sauce? Something like that?
I think it's Bobby's Secret Stuff because it's playing on Space Jam with Michael's Secret Stuff that Bugs Bunny pulls out for them to win the basketball game.
Yeah, this guy's horse
died. Bill Murray's in that movie.
This guy's horse died probably because of steroids, right?
Probably. We kind of have...
Okay, I don't know for a fact, so I was saying probably, but yeah. Anyway, rich guy allegedly owns horses, made them strong, won races, then they died. And now there is a $50,000 fine or lawsuit sent to the store that sold the bottles because of the sticker.
So the settlement actually was that the two individual parties who were responsible for that sticker both donated $50,000 to equine health and wellness foundations or something like that. I don't know if that was mandated by anybody or what, but that is the resolution to a story where a few months ago, Eric and I both went, stop doing this. Don't do that. It's bad for everybody. And I stand by that.
Yeah. My thing is I have no issues with funny stickers. I have no issues with
This was not a funny sticker, dude.
I'm saying stickers on bottles, just in general. I have no issues with stickers on bottles. I have no issues with making fun of and joking and trolling and stuff like that. But you gotta think of all the parties involved. Take the rich guy out of it. Think of Pinhook, a cool brand that's putting out great stuff. There's a chance that's going to come back on them, and that's what happened. People don't understand that these stickers are somebody else's doing. They automatically assume it's Pinhook sometimes. That's just how it is. Don't make stickers that are toe the line of controversy because something may happen, and that's all I'll say. Keep it fun.
Something did happen. They got in trouble for it.
They did. Keep it fun. You don't have to go over the line, dude.
Speaking of keeping it fun, let's move on to tips and bits because I feel like we've we've done enough. Done enough of that crap.
Creepers.
So, let's talk about our homework for this past week. I was only able to get around to watching the first one.
That's fine. The second one is not good.
Well, and even then, I made it about halfway through the first one. But no, I saw more than that. I saw about an hour.
You've seen it before, though, right?
No, I had not seen it before.
Okay, so
no, I didn't watch horror movies growing up, and I'm just now in a place it was a couple years ago.
Growing up,
but even a couple years ago is when I really started getting into them, and so now I'm just playing catch up now. So any time that you're oh, I can't believe you haven't seen that. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
Well, I know you didn't see it when you were younger. I thought you may have seen it in the past couple of years. That's all I'll say.
No, I hadn't. It was a movie that I knew existed, but I hadn't thought about for a long time either until you brought it up, and then I figured, oh well, now that you said it, I should watch it. I'll go ahead and say just the parts that I can about it. It is creepy. I mean, genuinely, it not to play on the name or anything, but that the first movie is creepy. It gets you a little bit.
It's the best one.
Justin Long is amazing.
He's a scream queen.
He really is, isn't he?
He's in a ton of scary movies. Also, he does great.
How has Gina Phillips not done more?
I don't know.
She was great in that movie. I love how just messed up and insane the killer is.
So I love that he is like the fucking like Superman of boogeymen.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he can drive a truck. He's got his own style. He can fly. He eats people, and he takes whatever part of the body he eats, he gets.
He chews the tongue out of decapitated heads.
He eats eyeballs. Like
he shoots cat ladies.
He does. He is a fucking Superman villain of horror movies.
Yeah.
And
he's got that cool hat.
The cool hat.
He looks like
John Edwards. He looks like a dad who drinks bourbon.
You know, for a second, I thought that there was a horror movie villain that I had forgotten about named John Edwards.
It's more Freddy Krueger-like, I would say.
I was thinking of Cad Bane.
Oh, he looks like Cad Bane from Star Wars. Yeah. Rebels
sure.
And Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And Boba Fett.
And yeah.
Yeah.
How good did he look in that show, though?
Perfect.
Oh, he looked
Did it perfect.
They did such a great job bringing that character to live action. Anyway, you ever done this with two lighters before? So you light one,
Light the other, and then connect them.
Yeah.
Boy, I grew up in a holler. I was lighting stuff with gasoline on fire like that. You ever connect two things with gasoline before?
I can confirm I have not.
You line the gasoline up and then you light it and it connects them together?
That's fun.
Yeah, dude. I'm surprised I'm still alive. Oh, Jeepers Creepers. I love it.
I really did enjoy it. I feel really bad that I wasn't able to finish it, but...
Let me give you a spoiler.
Yeah, go for it.
So, our buddy Jason Long, a.k.a. Derry, he's got good eyes, right?
Justin.
And did I say Jason?
Yeah.
Justin Long. He's got good eyes, and that's what the creeper wants. The creeper, if you, it kind of goes more into it in the second one, but he kind of finds his victims and smells them, and he decides what part of them he wants. So it's like, oh, he's got good eyes. I want his eyes. So at the end of it, spoiler alert, he eats his eyeballs out.
Nice.
And it shows him with no eyeballs.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he makes another appearance in the second one. I think you should watch the second one. It'd be fun.
No, I want to. I have to have the time to get around to all of it.
But I think it's just a fun, like, campy movie about a super mutant boogeyman who the premise is every 23rd spring, this like creature from hell gets to eat for 23 days. And basically anything he eats like revives him. So if he needs an arm, he'll eat somebody's arm. If he needs a face, he'll eat somebody's face. He wanted some good eyes, so he ate our star's eyes. And it's not like life-changing, amazing movie. It's just fun for the spooky season.
Yeah.
And so I decided to get a little opinion from our resident mortician, our friend Mike Whiskey Morgue. And I said, send me a quick little notes about Jeepers Creepers, and I'm going to read it on the show.
Oh, fun, dude.
Yeah.
Do this every week with him with the whatever our required reading is. And that's amazing. Mike, thank you so much for doing that, brother.
Yeah, and he did a post a while back, and I'm going to read it in a second because it was pretty amazing. But this is his notes on Jeepers Creepers. Epitome of early 2000s horror. It's campy, kind of funny, sometimes ridiculous, but still full of scares. Pretty sure it started the creepy old song movement. Jeepers.
Yeah, it absolutely did.
Big fan of...
What's funny about that, too, like... That I feel like that's even crept into, like David Lynch.
Yeah,
which is a weird thing to say because I mean you always kind of put David Lynch not to say that this is like a low form of media, but like you consider David Lynch to be in like this higher echelon of filmmakers, but then the Twin Peaks return season, I mean, there's a lot of that like creepy song stuff that happens in it, and I can totally get on board with giving Jeepers Creepers that thing. Anyway, sorry, I'm sorry. Please continue.
No, you're fine. Big fan of Justin Long because he brings a lightness and humor to the genre. The Creeper is not fully reliant on CGI and actually looks creepy. That is true. He's fucking terrifying.
Yes. I thought that there were a couple scenes where the bus looked horrible, though. I think the first time that the bus shows up on the road, it's like fully CGI.
Oh, his truck? His thing?
Yeah. Looked awful. Just atrocious.
They're like, go around me, man. Just go around.
Why would he go around? I don't know why he won't go around, Derry.
Derry, he's going to eat you. Here we go. Dude drives a truck and dismantles those bodies, but is also an ancient creature. He's like the mythological Buffalo Bill. Creeper hanging with Scarecrow is iconic. This is in part 2 because to this day it heightened my fear of scarecrows. Also, the reason I was fixated on your story the other day and was convinced that shit would move. That was, I posted a story of us in the cornfield with Jeeper Creeper, and Perry I said that to Perry and he goes, holy shit, I didn't even know you were there.
I didn't notice it until I took a closer look, and I was like, oh, look, that's a pretty cool. I was like, that's a really cool shot that he sent me a picture of. And no, it was just the fact that there's the Jeepers Creeper man, creepy guy who's hanging from the Scarecrow. He's hanging from the Scarecrow.
And he ends with, big fan of the more grim final scene with the removal of the eyes rather than a safe and conclusive ending.
So are there multiple cuts of this movie then?
No, he's just saying, like, instead of just ending with, like, a safe ending, like, they literally show him with no eyes. Like, he's just had his eyes eaten out.
Poor Justin Long, though. I feel like he's always in body horror stuff.
Man, you got to
like between this and Tusk.
Oh, Tusk. Oh, my God.
I think Tusk might be the most unsettling movie I've ever watched.
Well,
I'll tell my Tusk story.
I've got some homework for you for next week if you get a chance to watch.
I don't want to watch
movie.
Tusk.
You're not watching Tusk.
Okay. But I have a really funny Tusk story that I'll tell on probably next week's pregame chats. Yeah, I'll do it on next week's pregame chats, or the main episode. I don't know. We'll figure it out. See how things go.
And like I said, Whiskey Morgue, he pairs bourbon with horror movies. He actually paired this movie with 1792 Single Barrel. And I'm going to tell you why. He said 1792 bourbon is named in honor of when Kentucky became an independent state in the spring of 1792, the same year the Creeper wreaked havoc on the state. Okay, the second part is my own fiction, but the important message here is spring represents new life and the resurrection of spirits, some better than others.
I was kind of excited that there might have been a Kentucky connection to the Creeper.
I think there is.
Is there really?
I think so. I don't know, but I think it is. Find out next time on Tips and Bits.
Okay, so what's my homework for next week?
Can we get really gory?
Yeah, of course.
There's a movie called Terrifier.
I don't know what you just said.
Terrifier.
Oh, Terrifier. Okay.
Yes, it's about a clown.
Oh, Lord. Terrifier is a 2016 American splatter film.
Yes, splatter film.
Splatter?
yes, I want you to watch this. I want to talk about this because I know you've not watched anything close to it. Please, you got to.
Okay, no, I'll watch it. I don't care. I just have to make sure that I'm. Oh, it looks amazing.
Yes.
Holy crap! This looks so terrifying.
So if you're listening, Terrifier. It's actually on. You can download Tubi, and it's free. So please watch it.
This lady's face.
If you watch this in the next 3 or 4 days, and you're listening, send me or Perry a message, and we'll read your thoughts on it, and we'll read it with Whiskey Morgue's thoughts.
Yeah,
Morgue Minute. The Morgue Minute.
Can't believe nobody said anything about what's it this week about Jeepers Creepers. Well,
Don Nishida did on our chat. He said, I'm not into that scary stuff. I'd rather watch Hocus Pocus. So that's from Don Nishida.
Are we going to at some point watch The Strangers?
We can. We can do that last. The one with your sister-in-law?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what would be really fun is to record a commentary with her of Strangers.
And then this was the trailer park.
I think it'd be kind of fun.
It would be fun.
Anyway, talking about how I have stuff that I have never watched before in the horror movie genre. I actually crossed one of those off my list this past weekend, and I saw The Shining for the first time.
For the first time?
For the first time.
What'd you think?
Not my favorite.
I think it's overhyped. I'll be honest.
I think it is a little bit too.
As somebody who loves horror films, I think it's overhyped. I'm not going to say it's bad. I think everybody should watch it.
It's not bad at all. I think it's beautifully shot. I think that the acting is like a B+, A-. But I think overall I was a little bit underwhelmed. But part of that could just be too because I had it built up for so many years. But all that being said, I'm happy I've seen it now.
Good.
Yeah. There were so many things about it that I just kind of like having grown up with, I guess, the imagery of it around me, or seeing it get referenced, or like seeing it get referenced in other things. I didn't have the context for it, and so once I did, I didn't realize the way that those parts kind of fit into the puzzle of the movie itself. Like, I didn't realize that the creepy twins, the girls, were barely in it.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that they were a core part of that movie. Sorry, spoilers for a movie that came out
50 years ago.
40 years ago. But yeah, I always thought that they had more to do in it, or I just kind of expected it because they're so iconic and they're so well known. And I don't know. I was really shocked by that. And I think I'm learning more and more that Stephen King's method of storytelling is not my favorite. It's just not my cup of tea, really, for horror movies. But I still want to take the time. I mean, if I have to watch Lawnmower Man, I will. But just to...
I'm hit or miss with Stephen King. I'll be honest. I like some of it. I don't. I think some of his stuff is a little overhyped. But
so I really liked both parts of the new It movies.
Yeah,
like chapters 1 and 2. I know that 2 is not as good as 1 is, but I still really enjoyed It chapter 2.
Yeah,
I thought they did a great job.
You should read the original book.
I don't want to. for like one big reason, but take that how you might.
There's something in there.
Yeah, there's something in there I don't want to have to subject my brain to. But
I'm just saying it's scary. Like I read it I read it in college. That was the first time I ever read it.
Oh, cool.
And I scared myself. So yeah. But yeah, Terrifier next week.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I feel like I've watched other stuff. This most recent episode of She-Hulk was incredible.
One of the best Marvel TV episodes.
If you think that is not who Daredevil is, you are an absolutely insane person.
Yeah.
You're wrong.
Yeah.
Here we are.
I know we said earlier after
exactly.
You're wrong if you don't think that's who Daredevil is.
Daredevil is a quippy, funny character who has been goofy for years, and
that's how he started.
Just come on, man. Come on. He was so... There is something, and I didn't anticipate feeling this way, but there is something so piercing and so almost terrifying about the yellow hood with the red eyes.
I love it. That's my favorite costume, dude.
I absolutely love it.
In the comics and everything... Oh, I don't know. That time he did the black suit.
No, the shadow.
Yeah,
Shadow Rain. Is that what it was called?
When he took over and he was the leader of
the Hand.
The Hand. That suit was amazing. But I love the old school yellow
story too.
Yeah.
But it just, I don't know. It's just cool to actually see the yellow and red threads on screen. We haven't even talked about Deadpool 3. That's going to have Hugh Jackman back as Logan. That's all we need to say about that. Did you catch the extra little Wolverine reference in this episode of She-Hulk?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, when she jumped out, when her assistant jumped out. I love that.
It was good stuff, man.
He
exists. Okay. He exists. Like I think we're past the point of being like, how are they going to do it? Well, it's happening. Like he's there.
He's there, dude.
Surely people know now.
Oh, I still got some Pursuit Rider left.
You know what I really hope? I'll say this and then we need to start wrapping up. But what I really hope from X-Men 97 is that
got chills just now.
Because it has been rumored that it has some kind of tie into the MCU.
It's
right? Which I mean, everything does now. I mean, that's how it is now with Marvel.
That's just how it is.
But what I would really like to see in this particular instance is that kind of the same thing that they did with Logan, where there were the X-Men comic books.
Oh yeah,
and they were written about the actual, like, in that universe, real life superheroes, real life mutants, and everything. But if X-Men 97 was the artist's interpretation
of the X-Men in the MCU,
exactly, and so that's our kind of introduction into it, and maybe the end of X-Men 97 is us seeing the new Wolverine for the first time, and he was like, "It's not how it happened, bub." And
he shows a claw crushing like a TV, and he's like, "Let me tell you a story about how it really happened, kid." Yeah.
He's also Sam Elliott, and he's selling you a Ford Durango or something.
He's like, "Now that I'm not a teacher at Xavier's Institute, I got to sell this car, and that's not how." Blah, blah, blah,
Would you rather see? I know my answer because I want things to... Anyway, would you rather see a set of X-Men heroes, and including Logan, introduced into the MCU as fresh characters, or characters who have been around within the MCU for a long time, but they've been working kind of covertly?
Oh, covertly, because I want to see like Wolverine back when he fought with Captain America in the war, before he was actually like Wolverine, when he was like,
well, it's
Patch.
not. It's okay. No, it's not. It's not that necessarily. It's that they hire actors, or they cast these actors who are older and are going to more quickly age out of the role than somebody like Tom Holland, who is a young Spider-Man, and he can basically play Spider-Man until he's, dead. You know what I mean?
I thought you meant the characters in the MCU. It's
yes,
because Wolverine doesn't really age.
But those two things go hand in hand for me. Like, I don't know if I would rather see, because, and like, it's the biggest letdown for me that we're never going to see Steve Rogers as Captain America again.
Yeah.
In the MCU.
Well, I mean, if you put it that way, like, I would like to see a young X-Men group be introduced and see them over the next 10 years.
That's kind of what I was saying.
I thought you meant like their story and I was like, I would love to
like if they
flashback of like Bucky, Cap, and Wolverine when they're in the war.
I mean, like if there are things like that, that's one thing entirely. But I mean, like, you're hiring. Like, there was that rumor going around that Harrison Ford was going to play the new Thunderbolt Ross.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Like, what the fuck?
Like, he's already 80. Yeah. And that's a character that they're going to need around for at least the next 10 years.
Spoiler alert, he's the Red Hulk. So, yeah.
Anyway, but
we need somebody.
I get that, they did have to kind of prove with Chris Evans that, he was going to fit the role of Steve Rogers. And by that point, he's early 30s, mid 30s, whatever. And so eventually, he was going to age out of that role. But I think that, you limit yourself by doing something as definite as either killing off a character or giving them like a final scene where they're dancing with their sweetheart, as a, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like, there's no good way to reintroduce Steve Rogers into the MCU or Tony Stark. But here are two linchpin characters within the Marvel Universe that we now are never going to see again until this series gets rebooted.
Unless they do a multiverse thing. They just bring back somebody.
But even then,
just to give people a taste, just to give them a little bit.
That's where I start to get frustrated with it, because I want the Steve Rogers Captain America. It's not to say that I don't want Sam Wilson as Captain America.
No,
it's not that at all.
Well, it's just like in the comics. He died, they killed him, and he brought him back.
And he came back, but in the real life, people grow older and they age out of things like that. So, but I would have been okay if they had just done a soft reboot or a recast or whatever, and there was a different actor that was going to be playing Steve Rogers. It's just more for me about the longevity of these stories.
Right.
And not having any kind of like finality to them. But that being said, Marvel Studios is probably going to just exist forever until the end of time.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, everybody. In next week's forecast, we've got a 100% chance of apocalypse and a 350,000% chance of blood rain. But Black Panther 18 is going to be coming out on Tuesday. And Venom. And guess what? It's Morbin time.
For the 50th anniversary.
But you know what I mean, though. Like,
yeah, I know.
It's just a shame that,
I know.
There's no like clean way of reintroducing some of these characters.
Yeah.
In the way that it would be. I mean, it's still kind of clunky in the comics, but there's no clean way of doing it with something like a movie or a TV show. Anyway. Well, it's been a long episode.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't you Just take some. Just let the people know where they can follow us and support us. If you want to
support the show, go to patreon.com/mybourbonpod. For as little as $1 a month, you can support the show. And at $5, you get all the bonus stuff, the uncut episodes. You get Pours from the Floor. You get Sampling Irresistible. You get the other stuff that we get around to putting up there when Perry gets a chance to put it on there.
This week, we're going to start some new shows. Some new Patreon shows. And those are going to be out. My plan is for those to be out every Friday when they happen. And those are probably going to be like once a month or twice a month, depending on depending on as many factors as I can list off right now, which I don't have the energy to do.
Yeah. But patreon.com, you get stuff on Tuesdays. You get stuff on Wednesdays. You get stuff on Fridays sometimes. And it helps the show go on. It helps pay the bills. It helps keep the light on. It helps pay the internet bills. It helps get anything we need. So support the show on patreon.com. If you want to send us an email, you can send an email to thisismybourbonshop@gmail.com. You can ask a question. You can send a sample or ask us to review something, whatever you want. If you want to get some merch, it's bourbonshop.threadless.com, whiskeymutant.shopify.com.
Also, we should have some special Halloween designs up, like this week, because I was going to have them up by my live stream last week, but then I got sick. So
it's okay. It's okay.
It's been a long few weeks for the Bear.
Yeah. If you want to send a barrel rings, you can call 859-428-8253.
We have a barrel rings.
We have a barrel rings.
Yes.
But yeah, this is the segment where you leave a voicemail. We'll play it on here, and we'll talk back to you on here. It's probably the easiest way to be on the show.
Hey, Perry, this is Brian from Brian's Bourbon Bar. Not a real place, just my basement. Really just wanted to wish you a very happy 250th episode. To you, Eric, and all the hosts before, well done, and cheers to 250 more. Bye.
That's not a real place? I thought it was a real place.
Unfortunately,
I've seen pictures.
But that's from Brian's Bourbon Bar.
I love Brian.
I'm super happy that he sent that in, and we will play any and all. Well, I guess not any and all.
I made a reservation there. I thought it was real.
At Brian's Bourbon Bar?
Yes. For next year.
Oof. You tell him, man.
No, I went to the website. I'm
just saying. Man, we have questions we didn't even get to in the pregame chats. I totally forgot about these.
That's all right. They'll still be there. I'm still bummed about
next week.
Bourbon Bar. I mean, I thought it was real.
Sorry, I'm all over the place.
Yeah. So yeah, you can follow us on all social media at My Bourbon Pod. You can follow Perry at PRitter1792. You can follow me at Whiskey Mutant. Send us a DM, ask us something. We don't care. We'll talk to you.
We'll talk about it on an episode too.
Yeah. And then you can leave a review. 5 stars, 1 star, 2 stars, 3 stars, whatever you want. It all helps. And then just tell your friends about the show. Your grandma, we don't care. If grandma's listening, we'll drink with her. We'll talk to her. Tell her to call in the bell rings.
Tell your grandmother that we want her to be on the podcast. Yeah. Don't tell her what any of that means. Just tell her.
Let her know.
And name us specifically too. Say, hey, Perry and Eric want you to be on the podcast. And they're going to give you bourbon.
Yeah.
Like, don't be any more specific than that.
And I'll smoke a menthol with them. So.
We will set up the, like, if they're around Kentucky, we will go and meet them and hang out with them.
I'll get their groceries out of the car for them.
Yeah. If they're at a nursing home, we'll sneak some liquor
cards
in.
With them. Yeah.
I'll play some shuffleboard.
Yeah.
I'll play some shuffleboard. Eric, I think we need to
go to bed. Go night night.
Go to bed.
Go night night.
It's very late. Thank you all so much for watching and listening and just being a part of the show, supporting us. In a few weeks' time, we are going to be celebrating 5 years of the podcast. 5 years. That's 10 years, I guess. I don't know. But we're going to be celebrating 5 years of Tim Bip here in a couple of weeks. Swan should be back for that as well. I hope, at the very least. But that's it. We're done. We're going to see you guys real soon. Oh, Superman's falling over. He knocked you over. Oh.
Little swan. Little swan. Say hi, little swan. Such. Fuck you.
It's been a weird episode. All right. See you guys next week. Until then, I'm Perry.
I'm Eric. Jeepers, creepers. Where'd you get those people?
And this is my Bourbon Podcast.